For more than 3 decades, Leonardo DiCaprio has been one of the most recognizable faces on the planet. From his early breakout in Titanic to his Oscar-winning performance in The Revenant, DiCaprio's career has unfolded under an intense global spotlight. Yet despite his fame, accolades, and cultural influence, one aspect of his life has remained deliberately guarded: his personal world. While many celebrities turn their relationships, routines, and private struggles into public narratives, DiCaprio has consistently taken the opposite approach. He rarely discusses his romantic life, avoids social media oversharing, and redirects interviews back to his work or environmental activism. Over the years, fans and media alike have wondered why. The answer, DiCaprio has explained in various interviews, is rooted in self-preservation, respect for others, and a deep understanding of how fame can distort reality. Growing up in the spotlight, DiCaprio's relationship with privacy was shaped early. He was thrust into fame at a young age, navigating Hollywood as a teenager during the frenzy of Titanic in the late 1990s. The film didn't just make him a star, it made him a global phenomenon. Suddenly, every move he made was scrutinized, every relationship dissected, and every casual outing turned into a headline. He has often reflected on that period as overwhelming. Paparazzi followed him relentlessly, rumors spread faster than facts, and his identity as a person risked being overshadowed by his image as a celebrity. From that experience, DiCaprio learned a critical lesson: once you give too much of yourself away, it's nearly impossible to get it back. Fame versus real life. One of DiCaprio's core beliefs is that fame creates a false sense of intimacy between the public and a celebrity. When audiences see actors on screen or read about them daily, it can feel as though they know them. DiCaprio has pushed back against this illusion, emphasizing that what the public sees is only a fragment, often a distorted one. By keeping his personal life private, he draws a firm line between his professional persona and his real self. Acting, for him, is a craft, not an invitation to public ownership. He wants audiences to engage with his characters, not speculate endlessly about his off-screen relationships or lifestyle. Protecting the people he cares about. Another major reason DiCaprio guards his private life is out of respect for those closest to him. Friends, family members, and romantic partners did not sign up for fame simply by knowing him. He has repeatedly suggested that exposing them to constant media attention would be unfair and potentially harmful. Romantic relationships, in particular, become difficult when every interaction is analyzed and sensationalized. DiCaprio has implied that privacy allows relationships to exist in a more normal, grounded way, free from the pressure of public expectations or online judgment. In a world where a single photograph can spark weeks of speculation, discretion becomes a form of protection. Avoiding distraction from his work. DiCaprio has also been clear that he wants his work to speak louder than his personal life. Throughout his career, he has chosen challenging, often risky roles, collaborating with auteurs like Martin Scorsese, Christopher Nolan, and Quentin Tarantino. For him, the focus should remain on storytelling, performance, and artistic growth. When an actor's personal life dominates headlines, it can overshadow their work. DiCaprio understands this better than most. By keeping his private world out of the public eye, he allows audiences to immerse themselves fully in his films without preconceived notions or tabloid narratives bleeding into the viewing experience. A conscious rejection of celebrity culture. In an era defined by social media, DiCaprio's approach feels almost radical. Many stars curate their lives online, sharing intimate moments directly with fans. DiCaprio, by contrast, uses his platform sparingly and purposefully, often to spotlight environmental causes rather than himself. This is not accidental. He has openly criticized the excesses of celebrity culture and the way constant exposure can cheapen meaningful experiences. Privacy, to him, is a way of staying grounded, of remembering who he is beyond awards, red carpets, and box office numbers. Mental health and longevity. There is also a psychological component to DiCaprio's choice. Constant public scrutiny can take a toll on mental health, leading to anxiety, loss of identity, and burnout. By setting boundaries early and maintaining them, DiCaprio has managed something rare in Hollywood: longevity without visible self-destruction. He has avoided many of the pitfalls that plague child stars and young celebrities. His measured approach, working consistently but not excessively, staying out of unnecessary controversy, and keeping his inner life private, has allowed him to evolve naturally both as an actor and as a person. Letting mystery exist. DiCaprio has hinted that mystery itself has value. In classic Hollywood, stars were enigmatic figures, their distance from the public added to their allure. Today's hyper-accessible celebrity culture often erases that mystique. By remaining private, DiCaprio preserves a sense of intrigue that enhances his screen presence. Audiences don't know exactly who he is off-camera, and that's the point. Each new role feels like a fresh encounter, not an extension of a familiar social media personality. Privacy is a personal choice, not a statement. Importantly, DiCaprio has never framed his privacy as a judgment on others. He acknowledges that every celebrity must find their own balance. For him, privacy isn't about secrecy or arrogance, it's about sustainability. It's a conscious choice to live a fuller, more authentic life away from constant observation. In his view, not everything needs to be shared to be real. Some experiences are more meaningful when they're lived, not posted or analyzed. A life lived mostly off-camera. Ultimately, Leonardo DiCaprio's insistence on privacy reveals a deeper philosophy about fame, identity, and fulfillment. He understands that public attention is fleeting, but personal peace is priceless. By guarding his private life, he has retained control over his narrative, protected the people he loves, and maintained focus on the work that made him famous in the first place. In an industry that often rewards oversharing, DiCaprio's restraint stands out. It's not just a strategy, it's a statement about the importance of boundaries in a world that constantly demands more access. And perhaps that's why, after all these years, he remains not only relevant, but respected, a star who shines brightest precisely because he knows when to step out of the light.